Hey, what's up, everybody? Now, the top of the video is African Elvis versus the false prophets of Jesus. It's the remake of Elijah versus the prophet of Baal. The prophets of Baal. Now, like I told you before, right? I had powers a long time ago. No. Now I tell people, I had to make an Illuminati kill me. You feel me? By not accepting to sell my soul. You feel me? If I would have accepted, I would have got the mark of the beast. And I would have been like one of these rappers that with Illuminati. You feel me? Some of these gospel artists that are famous, or some of the pastors that are Illuminati, they have a mark of the beast. You understand me? They have a mark on them that you can't see, but they already have a mark on them. They did that willingly. These are the people that did it willingly. You feel me? I would have did that, but because I died for my soul, you feel me? I was able to unlock all my powers and get all my blessings, all my inheritance from my Father, that my Father gave for me, and His will for my life. So that's why over the years, right, I've just been stacking up my evidence. Do you know? Because like I told you, right, my plan. See, when I learned about promotion and good promotion and bad promotion, you feel me? I met some cool promoters, but they kicked me out of the church. So when I started to take over the church, you feel me? When I started taking over the church and telling other kids against Jesus, bro, that's why they kicked me out of church. Because I was telling other kids against Jesus, and children didn't want to say Jesus no more. They were saying Emmanuel and front Jesus, and they didn't like that shit. You feel me? So they kicked me out of the church. So when they kicked me out of church, you feel me? See me, that's how I use this false man of God to promote me. You feel me? Because all the lies they were telling on me, which I had my powers, you feel me? Now, they thought that the more lies they told on me, bro, man, they could use fame. Feel me? They could use this worldly things to trick me. Feel me? To show them my power, or trick me into working with them to do their deceitful thing, to accept Jesus and all that shit. Or trick me out of my inheritance. You feel me? Or trick me out of my powers or my kingdom. Like everything. They're trying to do everything. You feel me? So that's why I let them lie to the people, lie to the government. Because the more they lied to the people, to the government, the people about me, that's why I would just crush their ass out. The more they had to lie, you feel me, and to prove why Jesus is true to people. You feel me, now why everybody was asking, like, what was this young man talking about? Jesus is false, Jesus is false, Jesus is false. And you feel me, right? I was showing a little bit of powers, but not all of it. You feel me? Like, bro, I was showing a little bit of powers, but not all of it. You feel me? Like, bro. So the more they lied to the government and lied to the congregation, which was the government, because the government go to church. The government official are people. You feel me? The government offices are building, the government official are people, and these people go to their church, and they're influenced by the man of God, you know what I'm saying? And they faith in God, and they God Jesus. So they were influenced by these people. These people told them to do evil things to protect the reputation of Jesus. So every time this false man is going to talk towards people, the congregation, which were the regular citizens, and the mixture of the regular citizens, poor people, middle class, and governmental authorities. Like they were the main one. Like the poor people really weren't going there. There was just a few people going there. But they told lies, build their reputation, talking about what they would do to me to stop me. So I just want to show y'all and break down this story of Elijah versus the prophets of Baal. You feel? And that's why I try to tell you, my team. You understand? What's happening right now is the battle of gods. Understand? It's kind of like a remake of the prophet of Baal. You feel me? You feel me? But this time around, it's not with sacrifice or none of that shit. This is the power, pure power of God. You feel me? That's why it's 28th Street ground. But let's keep going. Let's go. Let's start.
The contest on Mount Carmel. Later on, in the 3rd year of the drought, the Lord said to Elijah, "Go and present yourself to King Ahab. Tell him that I will soon send rain." So Elijah went to appear before Ahab.
See? Check this out. Later on in the 3rd year of the drought, the Lord told Elijah, who was a prophet, to go to the king. Only prophets of God, only kings, governors, authorities, rulers, they only listen to true prophets. True prophet, not false prophets. That's why they never listen to all these prophets. That's why all these false prophets of Jesus were trying to do all that shit to scare them so that they will obey them. But I came and fucked all that shit up. Fucked all they playing up. You feel me?
Meanwhile, the famine had become very severe in Samaria, so Ahab summoned Obadiah, who was in charge of the palace. Obadiah was a devoted follower of the Lord. Once, when Jezebel had tried to kill all the Lord's prophets, Obadiah had hidden 100 of them in 2 caves. He put 50 prophets in each cave and supplied them with food and water. Ahab said to Obadiah, "We must check every spring and valley in the land to see if we can find enough grass to save at least some of my horses and mules." So they divided the land between them. Ahab went one way by himself, and Obadiah went another way by himself.
Okay, you see what this is saying, right? It's saying, meanwhile, the famine and biblical famine, even animals don't have food. You thinking you gonna have food? Even the tree, the grass will not even go for animals to eat. You gotta see this shit, man.
As Obadiah was walking along, he suddenly saw Elijah coming toward him. Obadiah recognized him at once and bowed low to the ground before him. "Is it really you, my lord Elijah?" Yeah.
See, when people see prophets, they bow down to prophets. But we're not saying bow down to give me glory, but that's the respect they have for prophets. That's why all y'all need to be bowing down to all these fuck-ass, fake-ass prophets. But you don't want to submit to a real prophet. Nigga, I'm finna kill y'all pussy-ass niggas. Dumb-ass niggas. You want to submit, man. You willing to submit to false prophets, but you're not willing to submit to a true prophet. Watch what the fuck I do to your ass.
"Yes, it is," Elijah replied. "Now go and tell your master Elijah is here." "Oh, sir," Obadiah protested, "what harm have I done to you that you are sending me to my death at the hands of Ahab? For I swear by the Lord your God that the king has searched every nation and kingdom on earth from end to find you. And each time he was told Elijah isn't here, King Ahab forced the king of that nation to swear to the truth of his claim. And now you say, go and tell your master Elijah is here. But as soon as I leave you, the Spirit of the Lord will carry you away to who knows where. When Ahab comes and cannot find you, he will kill me."
See that? When we come back, the Spirit of the Lord will carry you to who knows where. We prophets, we just but one thing that nigga Shep Bashir is right about. True prophets real pure, not false prophets. You feel me? Shep Bashir, you know where the fuck that nigga is from. He from Malawi. He has not died yet. He's scared to die. You know what I'm saying? I've died. You feel me? You know you have proof I died. You feel me? It's record of his keeping on my death when I got killed. You feel me? Because in America, you keep record of everything. You feel me? See, that's what I'm trying to tell you. You go ahead. Oh, this shit is pissing me off. Hold on.
Chapter 17. Chapter 18. The contest. Chapter 19. Yep. Chapter 18. The contest on Mount Carmel. Later on, in the 3rd year of the drought, the Lord said to Elijah, "Go and present yourself to King Ahab. Tell him that I will soon send rain." So Elijah went to appear before Ahab. Meanwhile, the famine had become very severe in Samaria, so Ahab summoned Obadiah, who was in charge of the palace. Obadiah was a devoted follower of the Lord. Once, when Jezebel had tried to kill all the Lord's prophets, Obadiah had hidden 100 of them in 2 caves. He put 50 prophets in each cave and supplied them with food and water. Ahab said to Obadiah, "We must check every spring and valley in the land to see if we can find enough grass to save at least some of my horses and mules." So they divided the land between them. Ahab went one way by himself, and Obadiah went another way by himself. As Obadiah was walking along, he suddenly saw Elijah coming toward him. Obadiah recognized him at once and bowed low to the ground before him. "Is it really you, my lord Elijah?" he asked. "Yes, it is," Elijah replied. "Now go and tell your master Elijah is here." "Oh, sir," Obadiah protested, "what harm have I done to you that you are sending me to my death at the hands of Ahab? For I swear by the Lord your God that the king has searched every nation and kingdom on earth from end to find you. And each time he was told Elijah isn't here, King Ahab forced the king of that nation to swear to the truth of his claim. And now you say, go and tell your master Elijah is here. But as soon as I leave you, the Spirit of the Lord will carry you away to who knows where."
See, that's what I'm telling you, bro. I'll be gone, bro. Real soon, I'll be gone. The Spirit of the Lord is going to carry me away, bro. I'm gone on y'all niggas. That's what I tell y'all niggas, but we real prophets, but we carry them by the Spirit of the Lord. He take them from places to places. Like, bro, trying to realm of time, from time realms to realms. But keep going, though. Damn. What was that doing? Yeah, hold on. Damn, man, this thing starting again. I'll have to start all over again. I hate this shit, man.
Chapter 17. Chapter 18. The contest on Mount Carmel. Later on, in the 3rd year of the drought, the Lord said to Elijah, "Go and present yourself to King Ahab. Tell him that I will soon send rain." So Elijah went to appear before Ahab. Meanwhile, the famine had become very severe in Samaria, so Ahab summoned Obadiah, who was in charge of the palace. Obadiah was a devoted follower of the Lord. Once, when Jezebel had tried to kill all the Lord's prophets, Obadiah had hidden 100 of them in 2 caves. He put 50 prophets in each cave and supplied them with food and water. Ahab said to Obadiah, "We must check every spring and valley in the land to see if we can find enough grass to save at least some of my horses and mules." So they divided the land between them. Ahab went one way by himself, and Obadiah went another way by himself. As Obadiah was walking along, he suddenly saw Elijah coming toward him. Obadiah recognized him at once and bowed low to the ground before him. "Is it really you, my lord Elijah?" he asked. "Yes, it is," Elijah replied. "Now go and tell your master Elijah is here." "Oh, sir," Obadiah protested. What harm have I done to you that you are sending me to my death at the hands of Ahab? For I swear by the Lord your God that the king has searched every nation and kingdom on earth from end to find you. And each time he was told, Elijah isn't here, King Ahab forced the king of that nation to swear to the truth of his claim. And now you say, go and tell your master Elijah is here. But as soon as I leave you, the Spirit of the Lord will carry you away to who knows where. When Ahab comes and cannot find you, he will kill me. Yet I have been a true servant of the Lord all my life. Has no one told you, my Lord, about the time when Jezebel was trying to kill the Lord's prophets? I hid 100 of them in 2 caves and supplied them with food and water. And now you say, go and tell your master Elijah is here. Sir, if I do that, Ahab will certainly kill me. But Elijah said, I swear by the Lord Almighty, in whose presence I stand, that I will present myself to Ahab this very day.
See, that's what I'm telling you, bro. Like, bro, like, all the time we be there, only we want to, bro. Like, we have to be there, bro.
So Obadiah went to tell Ahab that Elijah had come, and Ahab went out to meet Elijah. When Ahab saw him, he exclaimed, So, is it really you, you troublemaker of Israel?
See, I told you, bro. We have a reputation to be troublemakers, bro. Like, we prophets, bro. We are troublemakers, bro. Like, bro, I wish I could rewind it back, bro. You feel me? That's it had. But, bro, you heard that shit where it said, oh, you troublemaker of Israel. You feel me? You heard that shit, right? You feel me?
I have made no trouble for Israel, Elijah replied. You and your family are the troublemakers, for you have refused to obey the commands of the Lord and have worshipped the images of Baal instead.
See, they want to say, you and y'all are the troublemakers. I'm not the troublemaker, bro. Bro, man, I'm gonna put that up right now. You feel me? I will put that up right there. That troublemakers, cause I like that. Cause I tell you that, but that's why I have to build that reputation of a troublemaker. I'm a troublemaker, bro. I start shit. You feel me? That's what we prophets are, but we're troublemakers. We start shit, bro.
Now, summon all Israel to join me at Mount Carmel, along with the 450 prophets of Baal and the 400 prophets of Asherah who are supported by Jezebel.
See, that's why I tell you, bro. That's why I told you. Like, bro, I keep asking them for a Bible battle. Like, before I gave my prophecies into existence, I asked them for a Bible battle to summon all these pastors in the world. You feel me? To prove that Jesus was true. But they were hiding from me. You feel me? But they were running from me. You feel me? That what Elijah told them. Summon them, call them out.
So Ahab summoned all the people of Israel and the prophets to Mount Carmel. Then Elijah stood in front of them and said, How much longer will you waver, hobbling between 2 opinions? If the Lord is God, follow him. But if Baal is God, then follow him. But the people were completely silent.
See, and that's why I told these people. Like, if Jesus is God, then follow him. But if Emmanuel, this prophetic word, is the true word of God, and I'm King of Kings, you feel me? Emmanuel is God, that this prophetic word is the word of God, then follow me. If Jesus is the prophetic word, follow him. See, that's why I tell these niggas.
Then Elijah said to them, I am the only prophet of the Lord who is left, but Baal has 450 prophets.
See, that's why I told you. I am the only prophet of God who is left. But you have all this prophet of Jesus. I'm the only one teaching Emmanuel. All these prophets trying to mix it with Emmanuel, with Jesus, teaching Jesus. Man, I'm not standing these niggas, bro.
Now, bring 2 bulls. The prophets of Baal may choose whichever one they wish and cut it into pieces and lay it on the wood of their altar, but without setting fire to it. I will prepare the other bull and lay it on the wood on the altar, but not set fire to it. Then call on the name of your God, and I will call on the name of the Lord. The God who answers by setting fire to the wood is the true God.
Okay, you see what I'm saying? Now, that's what I told them in the Bible about it. They told all these government officials what Jesus would do to me, how did Jesus would stop me? You feel me? When they call him their God. Feel me? Like right now, but right now, that's why I gave the people warning. And I called them my God. You feel me? And now the coronavirus has appeared. You feel me? You feel me? And now they trying to call on their God to stop my coronavirus. But they haven't stopped my coronavirus. You feel me? Now they did all their praying last year, talking about how they gonna stop it that day. As soon as they pray, it's gonna be gone. We gonna pray the wind blow it away. But they've been praying for it and it hasn't gone nowhere. You feel me? Now we see who serves the true God. Feel me? But they don't want to admit it. You feel me? But let's keep going though.
And all the people agreed. Then Elijah said to the prophets of Baal, "You go first, for there are many of you. Choose one of the bulls and prepare it, and call on the name of your God. But do not set fire to the wood."
See, that's why I told them. I told them to go first. Feel me? They told all those lies and said what their God can do to me. You feel me? And they called on their Jesus. They told everybody, people called Jesus, say Jesus so many times around me. Feel me, man, that they going to be casting demon out of me. They say Jesus all the time. Then every time around me, man, they say Jesus, 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 Jesus. Everybody come around and say Jesus, 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 Jesus. Like even my team, even you tank it, all of them knowing what we be doing. You feel me, doing what we got going on in my time. They come around there and talking about Jesus this or use them. Oh, say Jesus, hey, do it for Jesus. Man, I be hearing that shit. Even my promoters, oh, for Jesus this, Jesus that. Man, but I be seeing that shit, bro. I just fall back. Because at the end of the day, no matter how much you call Jesus, just like the prophets about, if God is not going to fucking show up. You feel me? And you about to see that the gods of this prophets about never showed up. But let's keep going, though.
So they prepared one of the bulls and placed it on the altar. Then they called on the name of Baal from morning until noontime, shouting, "Oh, Baal, answer us!" But there was no reply of any kind. Then they danced, hobbling around the altar they had made. About noontime, Elijah began mocking them. "You'll have to shout louder," he scoffed, "for surely he is a god. Perhaps he is daydreaming or is relieving himself. Or maybe he is away on a trip or is asleep and needs to be wakened."
See, that's why I laugh at them. You feel me? Like, bro, when they do all that shit, they did all this, they did all that. You feel me? Now they did all this, they did all that. You feel me? Now they taught all that shit, and now I spoke my plagues into existence. That's why I mock them. That's what we do, bro. You feel me? All these people talking about, oh, why are you doing this? Nigga, I'm mocking y'all niggas. Nigga, where's your God? Nigga, is Jesus asleep? Nigga, then you hear what Bob said, bro. My name, I will post this shit on the channel too. You feel me? Like, bro, man, so you gotta read the whole thing. You feel me? Like, bro, this is why I tell this niggas. Like, bro, this niggas are fucking mad. Cause I don't give a fuck. You feel me? Like, but that's why I mock these niggas. Like, but if I could rewind this, I'll show you.
So they shouted louder.
Listen.
And following their normal custom, they cut themselves with knives and swords until the blood gushed out. They raved all afternoon until the time of the evening sacrifice, but still there was no sound, no reply, no response.
See, that's why I said they shouted louder. See, that's why they make y'all call Jesus, shout louder, Jesus. You feel they do all that. That shit be funny, bro. But still, no response. Like, that's why I tell you, bro. It's right here in the Bible, bro. Like, bro, they scoff, they do everything. Like, bro, they shout loud. Like, bro, they scream. You can scream Jesus from here to whenever. There'll be no response. Every day you wake up, nigga, you waking up to death, nigga. Jesus ain't coming to save you, bro. Not coming to save you, bro. You're dealing with a true prophet, bro. That's what happens when you win, bro, when the true prophet is your presence, bro. They God. But they God cannot compare to my Heavenly Father. And then I'm his son. I'm not even a prophet. A prophet is a worker. It's a servant. Like, bro, a prophet is not even the son of God. He's just a servant, a man of God. You know what I'm saying? Like, but he's just a shepherd, a high shepherd. You feel me? But, bro, the son itself, man, that's a whole different ball game. But let's keep going though.
Then Elijah called to the people, "Come over here." They all crowded around him as he repaired the altar of the Lord that had been torn down. He took 12 stones, one to represent each of the tribes of Israel, and he used the stones to rebuild the altar in the name of the Lord. Then he dug a trench around the altar large enough to hold about 3 gallons. He piled wood on the altar, cut the bull into pieces, and laid the pieces on the wood. Then he said, "Fill 4 large jars with water, and pour the water over the offering and the wood." After they had done this, he said, "Do the same thing again." And when they were finished, he said, "Now do it a 3rd time." So they did as he said. And the water ran around the altar and even filled the trench. At the usual time for offering the evening sacrifice.
So that's why I tell you, bro. We won it the hard way. Bro, you see how, like Elijah said, man, the prophet of Baal, who were the prophet Jesus, man, they just, man, God got a regular lamb and killed it and just put it on the altar. But Elijah, they put some water on that shit. Nigga, soak that shit in water. Elijah, nigga, soak that shit in water. Nigga, bury that shit in water. Put that shit under the water, nigga. Nigga, we gonna, hey, man, the fire gonna be so hot, nigga, it's gonna consume the water and what's in it, nigga. Wait, bro, that's why I tell people I stay broke, bro. Because that's what they want. They want to see me broke. So I just stay broke for the meanwhile. You feel me? I get the hard way. How you want it? I'm going to come out this bitch shining. You feel me? Well, let's keep going, though.
Elijah the prophet walked up to the altar and prayed, "O Lord, God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, prove today that you are God in Israel and that I am your servant. Prove that I have done all this at your command. O Lord, answer me. Answer me so these people will know that you, O Lord, are God and that you have brought them back to yourself."
And that's what I tell you. That's what I told you when I prayed. I'll tell you, I'm going to show you I'm a prophet. My God's going to prove to me that I'm a prophet. And boom. Coronavirus bed.
Immediately, the fire of the Lord flashed down from heaven and burned up the young bull, the wood, the stones, and the dust. It even licked up all the water in the trench. And when all the people saw it, they fell face down on the ground and cried out, "The Lord, He is God. Yes, the Lord is God." Then Elijah commanded, "Seize all the prophets of Baal. Don't let a single one escape." So the people seized them all, and Elijah took them down to the Kishon Valley and killed them there.
See, that's what's about it. But that was supposed to happen, y'all false prophets. This people supposed to kill you. That's why they trying to see if your prophecies will come to pass. The government keep trying to spare you. Even the government have lied to them so much that the people want to kill the government now for lying to them. You false prophets are supposed to get killed. Y'all are supposed to get killed. But we're not going to kill you. I need you to deceive them. I'm an evil nigga, bro. I'm telling you. I'm an evil nigga, bro. Hey, man, that's the thing, bro. I'm not mad, bro. Understand? I'm not mad, bro. I'm not mad, bro. Feel me? And that's why I tell people, bro. That's why all of them, that's why all of them trying to stop my power with all this false gospel and Jesus. That's why their power's not working. Hey, my favorite is Kenny Copeland, bro. That nigga that was fine. That nigga said, almost passed out, bro. That nigga was funny, bro. That was my favorite, bro. I'm telling you, bro, that was my favorite out of all of them. And then when that nigga almost passed out trying to blow coronavirus away with the demonic powers, bro. And they thought demonic powers can beat angelic powers, but heavenly powers. Dumbass niggas. And then why you gotta let them think, bro? You gotta keep thinking this. That's why I be laughing at dog. Cause, bro, this shit is funny. Like, bro, you don't know how funny this shit is, bro. Like, that people do everything they can try to stop you, but they can't stop you. That shit is funny as hell. How people make fun, like, make a mockery of themselves, a fool out of themselves. You feel me? They think they trying to make a fool out of you. You know why they make fools out of themselves? You feel me? Like, all this pastor said all that shit about what that Jesus would do to me. Now that my place has come to pass, they doing everything trying to act like, oh nigga, he didn't predict it. If we act like he didn't predict it, oh yeah, it's gonna go away. You feel me? That's why they do all that acting. Like, oh no, he didn't do this, he didn't do that. Every day they wake up, they stay here. They act all day, they have to do all that acting all day. Like, at the end of the day, they go to sleep. They wake up, it's still night, man. People are still dying. Every day the death count, there's a death rate. Death count go up little by little. And they think they got it in the car. They talking about, oh, we going back outside. Y'all not going nowhere, nigga. Y'all gonna stay in your house. Bitch ass nigga. Especially when the animal stuff. Watch what I do to y'all niggas. Y'all don't even fucking shit what I'm do to y'all niggas. For real. Your government can't save you. Your king can't save you. Even the United States government, they can't even save themselves. But they running out of money. Shit, but they gotta be able to save themselves before they can able to save their people. Like, these government officials gotta be able to save themselves. Like that's number 10 y'all government officials. Like, bro, before you can even save your people, you got to be able to save yourselves. Like, how you gonna try to save your people's lives? Yeah, you Congress, you kings, you governments around the world, you aliens, you world leaders around the world. Like, how you think you gonna save your people's lives when you can't even save your life? Huh? When you wear a mask. Feel me? You know, even all you government official people are going to have to take the same vaccine. You feel me? You act like you have to avoid the vaccine. That same vaccine that you put in people that you don't know true data about, you have to take it at some point. You feel me? And you will have to put that vaccine inside of you. You feel me? So, you're also harming yourself. And then when you die, when people die, you will see that vaccine you put inside of you was trash. You feel me? But that's all I want to say, though. Like, all these people be mad. You feel me? Because their powers don't work. You feel me? That's why I fall back. You feel me? That's why I mock them. And I don't put a Bible verse that calls me troublemaker, that calls we prophet mocking these false men of God. You feel me? That's why I'm mocking. But that's why I say that shit every day. Where's your Jesus? You feel me? Is your Jesus sleep? Nigga, is your Jesus got down? Can your Jesus hear you? Like, where's your Jesus, bro? Where's your Jesus, bro? You feel me? Like, where's your Jesus? Like, is your Jesus sleep? Is your Jesus... Can your Jesus hear you? Is your Jesus really God? You say your Jesus is God. Where's your Jesus? Tell him to come and save you. He should come and save you. He should come and save his followers from a person killing his followers from the big bad wolf. Where's your Jesus? You feel me? I'm mocking them. They're mad because I'm mocking them. You feel me? Making them look like they ain't shit. Because they ain't got no powers. They said they talk all that shit like they had powers. You feel me? Now they thought all that shit because they could do a couple magic tricks. A few miracles. Like, them niggas thought they had powers, but they could do a few miracles. Like, bro. Hey, hold on. I'm doing a video about that. Hold on.